Hello everyone and welcome to the Transit Nomad family. In this video we are checking out Romanian trains, Bucharest to Brasov train trip review. Before we get started, I'd like to let you know that as an active traveler and business owner with experience, I might be able to assist you with trip planning, life coaching and business consulting, with all the details available at buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad or through the link in the video description below. This is where you can also find lots of exclusive content on many different cities around the world, my secret tips, PDF guides, and the option to request a custom video on any topic that matters to you. With that being said, we are currently located at Bucharest North or Nord train station, which is kind of like the main station. I don't know why they don't call it the main station to make things easier, but it is called Nord or North. And this is where a lot of different trains are arriving and departing from many different parts of Romania, as well as many other international destinations. Bucharest has direct connections with Bulgaria, with Turkey, with Hungary, and other countries as well. So if you like train travel, this is a pretty cool hub with a lot of different options to choose from. And the tickets are also fairly affordable. I rode a train from Sofia, Bulgaria to this station. It was like a 12-hour train ride and it costed only about 35 American dollars. And I think it was a very good value considering the length of the trip. I really enjoyed the ride too. It was very scenic, very comfortable. The train was not too full. And then I stayed in Bucharest for a little more than 2 weeks. And now I'm heading to Brasov, which is another really cool city in Romania. It's very scenic. It's in the mountains. The nature is very beautiful. Also, it's known for the cool architecture and a lot of history when it comes to vampires and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very excited about this trip, but before we get to our train, I want to show you a little bit of the station just so you can have an idea of what it looks like, what it feels like. It is a little bit worn down. It could use some kind of remodel, but it's functional. It's functional. Everything you need is right here. Some food options, some vending machines, ticket offices. Everything is right here. And if you keep walking straight, you will hit the transit hub where you can take buses and trolley buses. If you walk a little bit more, you can also use the tram. That's gonna take you to different parts of the city. They could definitely improve their public transportation. I have a lot of videos about that on my channel. Feel free to check it out. I have a whole playlist on Bucharest and it focuses primarily on public transportation. But speaking of the train station, even though it is a little bit worn down, I do see that it's functional and I don't have any major complaints. They do have a lot of different trains. As I mentioned before, I noticed some old school trains. If you like vintage transit, this might be one of the few countries where you can still catch some older coaches, older trains, and that is pretty cool. So this is the exit. We are going to turn around and head back towards the platforms. First, I'm going to show you this sign that shows all the departures at different locations. You can see trains to Istanbul, Brasov, that is our train actually, and then other cities, different cities, some of them I never even heard of them, but Romania is a very big country, so it's totally fine. I do like the fact that they have options for eating. I arrived here in the evening and also there were a lot of things that were still open. If you're hungry after the train, you can get some food. Although I usually prepare my food ahead of time so that I don't have to arrive hungry, especially if you're on the train. They don't have any restrictions, so you can just bring as much food as you want. And if you are lucky, you have a table, you can just sit and eat there comfortably, enjoying the views, and then arrive at a new destination full of energy, not hungry, so that you can start exploring right away or go to your hotel or Airbnb. I think it's a way better way to travel than arriving and starting to look for some food at a train station, but it's nice to have this option if you need it. Lots of different choices. Not as much sitting areas as I wish they had, but they do have benches on platforms, which I do think it helps a lot. The train that we are taking today is a regional train to Brasov, and the ticket price was very cheap also. I think it was like about $7 or something like that. I'm giving approximate prices because it fluctuates depending on the currency exchange rate, but it was very cheap. For me and my partner, I paid about $15. I think it's a very good value for a 3-hour train ride that is pretty scenic and it's pretty far away. I wish we had more trains like this in the United States, because it's a lot more expensive to enjoy traveling by trains in the United States than it is in many European countries. Now we are entering the platform, and this is what our train looks like. You can see people are still boarding. I already put my stuff inside the train because I arrived way earlier. And check out this vintage style train arriving right now. I was hoping it would be something like this, but it is a little bit more modern, what we are going to ride today. But still, it's fun. The company name is Regio Calatori. You can see it on the train itself. The train is a little bit worn down, even though it's a newer tram. It is a little bit worn down. Some things are a little bit half broken, like some windows have some cracks and things like that. It's interesting to see how in countries like Switzerland, even an older coach, an older train, because they really know how to take care of it so well, it's going to look awesome. Whereas in here, even a newer, relatively modern train is going to look a little bit more worn down, because they are a little bit more careless when it comes to taking care of their transit vehicles. I'm going to show you the front of the train, and then we are going to board. I'm not sure when exactly this was manufactured and where, but if you know, feel free to leave a comment on YouTube, because it's kind of cool to know. Unfortunately, I don't know as much about trains as I should. I only enjoy riding them and exploring them, and I can feel the difference when it comes to different trains, different coaches. But it's not so easy to tell what brand it is. They also have like some small trains like this, which is also kind of cool. I think they are more like shorter routes, and they have really long distance trains like the one you see behind. But we should board our train because it's almost time to depart, and I want to take a look inside and show you a little bit what it looks like inside. Good, it's not all the way full. There's plenty of space still. This is where I chose to sit. I looked it up on the internet, and it said that if I sit on the right side as the train goes that way, it might be a little bit more scenic. And this looks more like the first class car, but in this train it doesn't matter, first class, second class, it's all the same stuff. So the reason I decided not to sit there is because some of the windows were blocked. And the rest of the train is basically the same. I walked through the whole thing. Looks like somebody's inside the bathroom. It was fairly clean and pretty comfy. The only thing is that the water was not working very well, but I don't see that as a very, very big deal. Let me try this part. Oh, okay. It's open. And if I were to use the water, you can see it's like not really. It feels like it's kind of empty. They do have soap, so if you have your own water, you can use that. They also have toilet paper. So overall, it's not that bad. Let's go back to our seats. You can see this window is cracked all the way. Shattered. But this one is fine. And that's going to be our seat for today. I'm going to probably pause filming, or maybe not, because it's only 1 minute left before departure. So if we depart on time, we just have to wait 1 more minute. The train looks like it's about, maybe when it comes to seats, maybe it's like 60% full or something like that. So far it's pretty comfortable. The temperature is also good. The air conditioning is working. This table also has a way to open, so if you want to eat, you have really lots of space. Very comfortable. Same thing over here, you can open it up. And they also have power outlets. Did you check the outlets? Do they work? The outlets are working, so that's great. And before we depart, I want to let you know that at the end of my trip in Romania, I'll be recording my final verdict video comparing Romania with other countries to help you decide if you should visit, while also saving you lots of time and money with practical tips on how to get the most out of your trip. This will be an exclusive video, but you can easily gain access to it by subscribing or donating any amount on buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad or through the link in the video description below. And that is where you can also find lots of exclusive content on many different cities around the world, my secret tips, PDF guides, and the option to request a custom video on any topic that matters to you. With that being said, I think we are about to depart, and I hope you enjoyed the ride.
Elaborează.
up some speed. From the way it feels, maybe it's about 70 kilometers, maybe 80 kilometers per hour or so. I was making a video recently about advantages and disadvantages of using public transportation in comparison with driving and what is better. And one thing I forgot to mention is that when you are driving, the cool thing is that you can isolate yourself from all the outside noise and everything else that's going on around you. When it comes to using public transportation, sometimes people are quiet, sometimes they are not, sometimes they will listen to something on their phones without using headphones, and this can definitely be annoying, especially if it's something, if it's like a longer trip and you don't want to every time argue with someone because of that, every time you take transit, but there's always that one person who's annoying, and we do have one like that today on the train. I don't think you can hear it because my microphone is noise cancelling, so it probably you won't be able to hear it, but that person keeps playing on her phone some video games and she doesn't use headphones, and it's really annoying. So once I stop recording, I might actually change my seat. Hopefully there's a room somewhere else where it's a little bit more quiet. That is probably the number one thing that I don't like about public transportation, because a lot of people, they don't respect others, or they don't think about others. They just do whatever they want, and it is annoying. Stop called Chitila. Pretty short stop. I think we are about to get going, so less than 30 seconds. In Belgium, when I was taking regional trains, I noticed that sometimes they were standing for like a minute or two, even 3 minutes at the many stops, and that was something that was kind of noticeable. But in this case, so far, the stop was very brief. flatlands, but still pretty beautiful. It's awesome to see what Romania looks like outside of Bucharest. I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but depending on which train you take from Bucharest to Brasov or back, the trip time can vary between 2 and 4 hours. In this case, it's 3 hours. It's not the fastest train, but it's also not the slowest train. It is the cheapest train, I believe. I paid about 30 lei or 30 RON, which is Romanian money, which is about $7 approximately. And as far as I remember from my research, the most scenic part of the route, it will be coming up in about 30 minutes or so, and I will be making a separate video with that part when we get to the mountains and the views. So feel free to take a look at my channel page if you want to locate that video. On this note, I'm going to pause and have my breakfast. I hope you enjoyed this part of the trip and the review of this train. Feel free to keep in touch. I have a lot of videos about different kinds of trains and public transportation in different cities. Appreciate you watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.